Okay, scholars, in this video, we are going to talk about identifying parts of algebraic expressions. So on this page, one of the things you want to do first is to separate your expressions from your terms from each other so that you know which one is positive and which one is negative. So you put after the very first term, which is 7x, you put a line, and then you do that for all of them to identify the different terms. So when we're asking what the terms are, you're going to write 7x, 5y, negative 9x, y, and 6. Like terms are those terms that have the same variables. They have the same variable. It have to have identical variables. So your like terms in this expression would be 7x and negative 9x and 5y and just regular y. Okay? When we're talking about coefficients are the numbers that come before the variables. And those numbers need to be alone. Now you saw I put a 1 in front of this y right here. And that is because when you have a variable that does not have a coefficient, the coefficient is automatically 1. So the coefficients here would be 7, 5, negative 9, and 1. And I'm going to rewrite this right here so that you can identify the colors better. So then it's 7x and negative 9x, 5y, and 1y, or just y. And then the constants are those numbers that do not have a variable at all. And that would be your constant. So now if we come over here, then look at number 1. It's asking for the term. So again, we separate the terms, and so it's asking for all of the terms. So it would be 9m, negative 2, and 4m. Then we're going to look at the like terms. They're going to be 9m and 4m. We're going to look at the coefficients, 9 and 4, because they come before the variables. And then our constant is negative 2. And you're going to do number 2 on your own for the homework portion of this lesson. Now, let's look at distributive property. So previously, you should have learned, and if you did not, we know that in distributive property, we take the variable or the number in the front and multiply it to everything that's inside the parentheses. So A times B is AB. And then A times C is AC. Okay? And it does not matter if the multiplier is in the front or the back. It does not matter. You still do the same thing. So let's try another one. Let's try this next one. A times B is AB. A times negative C, because that subtraction sign means that the C is negative. So A times AC is, the subtraction. I need to. Minus AC. And that is your answer. So now, for numbers for number 3, you're going to multiply 2 times x, which is 2x. 2 times 3 is 6. And that is your answer. And we box and highlight our answers so that Ms. Rickman will know that it's not scratch work. Then back here you see the multiplier is in the back. It doesn't matter. You're still going to multiply to the front. So that's 12n minus 15, because negative 5 times 3 is negative 15. We got negative 9 times h is negative 9h. Negative 9 times 5 is negative 45. All right? Simplifying expressions. To simplify expressions, your first step is to use distributive property if possible. Use distributive property if possible. Sometimes you're not going to have distributive property. And then the second step is to then combine the like terms. Now, because there's more than one step, you see here we have 2 steps. So because there's more than one step, we need to do all the steps on a separate line. So the first thing we did before was separate our terms, right? So we know that 7x and 5x is like terms. Combine means to add, so we're going to combine 7x and 5x, which is 12x. There is not another y, so we just write that one down. And there's not another constant, so that we just write that one down. And that is the answer, because to do anything else, all the variables have to be exactly the same, and they're not. Okay, and then 1 with distributive property, 5, we're going to do that first. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times negative c is negative 5c. And then the 3c is outside of the parentheses, so you just drop it down here. Now we're going to combine like terms. There's only one constant, and that's the 10, so we're just going to bring that down. And then we're going to combine our like terms, which is negative 5c minus 3c, and that's going to be negative 8c. And that is your answer. All right, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please do not hesitate to reach out to me via Teams. You can send me a message if you want, and then I'll just send you back a video. You will not have to talk to me. I will absolutely just send you a video on how to do whatever problem you send. All right, scholars, have a nice day. See you next time.